Okay, this is the secret. Do not repeat this to anybody, ever. You ready? Anybody, ever. Nobody can tell what you're thinking. Nobody knows anything about you except what you tell them. So you have to watch what you tell them. And if you're too honest, they think there's something hidden. It's one of those things where you just go and exist. Just stand there, let your presence do the speaking for you, and understand that everybody's going to misinterpret everything you say. So sometimes you have to repeat yourself. And you do it not back to back. You kind of wait some space and then you do it. But just understand that, like, I've been going to the same bar for, give me a second, 7 months. Nobody that goes there thinks the same things about me. Nobody. Some people will say, he knows everybody. The next person will say, that guy knows nobody that's here. And guess what? They're both right. And the point when they saw me, they were right. So you kind of have to be like you have to go to the same place and be the same person every time, which if you're honest and authentic, you're always you. But most people don't think that way. Most people are like dressing up to impress people. And it's like, what is that going to actually impress? What that's actually going to tell people is, I can fit in. Not I am a person. I have feelings and I'm an individual. I am a part of the machinery. I am background noise. Are you background noise or are you yourself? So you have to be yourself. And where I'm going with all of this is like, the secret is just be yourself. God in heaven. It's that simple. And people will see you. And when you do the same things repeatedly, all the time, they see who you are. They might not get all of you. That's when it's actually a conversation. But so I go to the same bar, like I said, for 6 months or so. And the bartenders were like, your game is really on. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, you can hit on anybody. And they like eat out of your palm. And I'm like, yeah. So the problem is, I'm like walking up and talking to people. And that's it. That's all I'm doing. And you know what the biggest pickup line is? The best pickup line I have is, hi, my name is AJ. How are you? I moved here recently-ish, at the beginning of last year, from Kentucky, but I'm actually from Michigan originally. So tell me about you. And people just like go. And you're like, this is cool. The problem is, most people are like, hey, I need a good pickup line. It's like, no. Hi, how are you? My name is AJ. Works every fucking time. Why? It's authentic. It's not some bullshit that you just made up. And people can feel the bullshit that you make up. They know it's bullshit. They in their soul know it's bullshit. And that's not what you're aiming for. What you're aiming for is for people to say, this guy is a nice guy. Or this guy, not only is he attractive, but he's actually a decent human being. Now, mind you, I just insinuated that I was attractive. If I was walking past this guy and I looked over at him just out of the corner of my eye because he was there, and he looked at me like, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I turned back and I'm like, wait a minute. And I looked back and he was doing it again. And I stopped in my tracks and just started laughing. And then I turned and walked up to him and said, hi, my name is AJ. And we wound up spending quite a bit of time talking. And he was a nice guy, not my person. He ended up not being my person. A really nice guy. And he was my New Year's Eve kiss, by the way. And I just sat there like, if I hadn't stopped, if I hadn't like seen this like distraction and then realized that guy was actually checking me out, I'd have just kept going. And I probably would have walked up with if I'd walked up with some bullshit line, he would have just laughed at me. Maybe he would have, maybe he wouldn't have, but just be yourself. The secret is be yourself. People will eat that up because they're used to people lying and cheating and having facades and not being themselves. If you can just walk up and say, you know what? I am a flawed human being. I am proud of what I've done with my life, but it's not where I want it to be. And I'm getting there. But my name is AJ. That holds a lot more with people than, hi, I'm wearing Prada. So you can buy expensive things that you probably had to put on your credit card and are probably trying to figure out how to not bounce everything out of your system. Just be you. The secret, don't tell anyone. I love you.